Hello guys. Hello guys. J underscore runs. Thanks for joining. I think we had a little connection problem, so we are back. Thanks for joining, Lebaron. Thanks for joining. Okay, guys. We are back. Are we all here? I think we had a little connection problem, so Amisiko joined. Thanks for joining. I don't know. I lost all of you guys. Thanks for joining once again. So I'll try and then do everything in an hour. One of the feedbacks that I had was to try and do this for an hour. So we'll try and do everything for an hour, guys. So yeah, Ikea Maya, thanks for joining. Sorry, I had a small problem. I don't know. I just lost everything. And then trust me, you're back. So so is everybody here? Can we continue? Yeah, bro, you're welcome. Mildred, thanks for joining. Okay, so I'll try and finish as soon as it's 11 because the feedback I had was that I was trying to do it in an hour, so that doesn't exceed an hour. Last week, I think we went a little bit overboard. Okay, so I post my videos on YouTube on my YouTube channel. The link is in my bio. So in case you missed last week, you could check it out. Yeah, guys, thanks for joining. Okay, so the next big idea. He says that rich men try to spend all the money that they make before they pay taxes. And they've thought about a wise way to do that. He talks about the history of taxes and the power of corporations. Now, he said that the history of taxes was about the poor went to the government to cry to the government that they needed to tax the rich more. Simply Christiana, thanks for joining my life. You are doing a book review on Rich Dad Poor Dad. You are welcome. So he says that they tried to what did they try to do? They tried to tell the government that the rich is making so much money, so you need to tax them. So the rich were okay. They said, okay, we could be taxed. That's fine. So they taxed the rich so hard. And he says that governments going forward became what? They had the desire to have more money, and they started taxing the poor as well, and taxing the rich, the middle class as well. And I said, as time went on, the rich found a smart way to evade taxes legally. You understand? So this is how they do it. Let me tell you. Now, if you have a little bit of accounting background, you understand this. So what happens is, in a business, taxes are charged against what? Profit. Yes, taxes are charged against profit. If you don't declare profit, you don't pay taxes. You get it? So before you can be able to pay taxes, you have to declare profit. Now, what businessmen do is that they put a lot of their expenses, their personal expenses, into the business. You understand? So what they do is, let's say they want to buy a new car. They put it into the business. So the business wants to buy a car. Now, what he's trying to do is that he's trying to buy all the things he needs to buy before he pays taxes. So the formula for the rich man is when they earn money, when they get money, then they spend the money that they want to spend. If they want to buy a new laptop, they want to buy a new car, they want to buy a new house, they buy it with their corporations. You understand? So they spend smartly or nicely with their corporations before they pay taxes. Because the way I explain it to you, so in an accounting, you have the gross profit. The profit means the earnings of the company. They subtract expenses of the company. So the rich man will subtract all the expenses of the company, and then he will now arrive at profit. Or even if it's a loss, he doesn't pay taxes. If it's a profit, so they reduce their profit so that they pay a little tax. You understand? So he says that he went to his rich dad, and then his rich dad truly fear, right? You're laughing. Yeah, so you see, that's a smart way. So the rich people also find a way to outsmart the poor, the government, and the middle class legally. The way there is legally. So their formula here is that they earn. That's if they make profits, they earn, then they spend. So he went to his rich dad, and his rich dad bought a very big house. And he was like, "How did you afford this house?" And he said, "I don't have any money, but my business bought it for me." Because if it was personal statement, he doesn't have money. But his business bought it for him because his business will buy it from their earnings before they pay taxes. You understand? Now he says that employees, you and I, our formula is this: we work very hard. When we earn our money, taxes are deducted. Which tax am I talking about? I'm talking about income tax. So before you and I get our money, taxes have been deducted already. So you're like, oh, they already took my money before you spend. So you always have little to spend. But big businesses, they spend their money before you earn. Guys, if you understand this concept, please give me thumbs up. Let me move on to the next big idea. If you understand this concept, give me thumbs up. Let me move on to the next big idea. Or if you have a question too, you can ask. Thanks for joining Cardin_. Hello. Thanks for joining my live. Thanks for joining. If you understand this big idea, give me thumbs up. Go on to the next big idea. Okay, Akwisi says thumbs up. Ike Ameya says thumbs up. Who else? Hello, Neo, do you have a question? If you have a question, you could ask. If you have a comment, you could pass, and then we'll go on to the next big idea. So I believe I can go on to the next big idea. Okay, okay, thanks. Okay, so the next big idea is OPM and OPT. OPM and OPT. So that's what the rich uses. You can write this down. OPM is other people's money. OPT is other people's time. It says that the rich uses this formula. So because they know that they don't want to work very hard for their money, and they don't want to spend their time at their corporation all the time, they use other people's time. So if you employ 50 people, what he's trying to do is that he's trying to take 24 hours of other people's time. So he could go and play golf. It doesn't mean that his business is playing golf. He could go and have all the time that he wants to have. It doesn't mean that his business also having the free time. So they use other people's time very well. And you can't complain, because you and I have exchanged our time for money. Says that it's not good to exchange your time for money. You have to figure out how to make money while you sleep, and that's what this is about. The second point is other people's money. So we'll talk about other people's time, now other people's money. It says for other people's money, what they do is they go to the banks. You know, the bank is an intermediary between people who don't know what to do with their money and people who want money to, who know what to do with their money actually. So the bank will take money from us as savings and then give it to people who are smart about it or who know what to do with their money. And those people go ahead and then, from a genuine point of view, you could say that they're actually creating businesses for you and I to work in. So then that's a good thing. So you and I will also have to think about how to become big business owners or big investors, so that we'll also be able to take advantage of these benefits. What we are learning is how to become what? Financially free. Now it says that breaking the addiction. It says that you and I will have to consciously break the addiction. What is the addiction? The addiction of, oh, trust me, I want to work for my money. It says that you need to break that addiction. Because if you don't break that addiction, trust me, you guys will be in this, he called it rat race. And rat race means you go in circles. You never get ahead. You go in circles. You never get ahead. Okay, I want to talk about the next big idea. The next big idea is what? The game of money or the game of time. He says that from 25 years to 35 years, you are basically in the first quadrant. Unless, of course, you are born with a silver spoon in your mouth. So if you were born a millionaire, maybe your dad had so much money, your mom had so much money, then this doesn't work for you. But if it's not that, then this works for you. Now, he says that from 25 years to 35 years, that's when most of us are gainfully employed. And chances are that you'll be in the first quarter. What is the first quarter? Be an employee. Get this salary. Now, he says that security is everything that matters to you. You're thinking about security. But he says that the problem with that quadrant is that the more you work, the more you get successful, the more you get tired. And you don't want to be there. So he says that it's natural for you to be there. Now, he says from 35 to 45 years, you're in the second quadrant. That's, I want to run my own business. But usually it's just a small business is running. It says that is also not ideal. So these people on the left side, it says that from 45 years to 55 years is the third quadrant. You have to be in the big business, or you have to be a big business, or you could also be in the I, which is what? The investors column. Now he says that if you don't do that and you are 65 years or even sometimes 60 years, what happens? What happens at 60 years or 65 years or sometimes 70 years? I want you guys to guess what happens. What happens when you are 60 years? or when you are 65 for some people, or when you are 70 for other people. Guys, did you hear the question? It says, what happens when you are 60 years? When you are 60 years, then you retire. Retirement, yes, that's true. Retirement, they tell you to come home. So that's why you and I will have to consciously put in schemes and systems to make sure that, retire broke. Chrissy says, retire broke. So that's why you and I will have to consciously put in effort to channel our money. So that's why he said the money game. He said that right now you are actively employed, you have the energy. Try to make passive income. Passive income, you retire. Yeah, that's true, you retire. So it says that before retirement, you have to have this thing at the back of your mind. Okay, J. Ronzi says, do you like the ability to work? And that is, you like the ability to work. That's true. You don't have the energy anymore. In fact, if you want to work, they'll tell you to come back home. And so then you and I will have to strive to move to the right hand side. So now that you are gainfully employed, you are getting money, guys. You need to channel that money. You need to channel that money into a system. Or if you like investing, learn so much about the investment arena, or do a lot of real estate, do a lot of your background, and then move into it. Because if you own houses, nobody will tell you, guy, you are retired, so we can't give you money. That's not true. So guys, that's the big idea. We go on to the next big idea. If you guys understand, you can give me thumbs up so that I give you the next big idea. Next big idea, guys. Can talk about the next big idea. J. Ronzi, you lack. Thanks for joining, Jesse Jones. If you guys understand, you can give me thumbs up, and then we'll move on to the next big idea, guys. The next big idea. Okay, so let me continue. So he says that so Robert Kiyosaki said one thing about his poor dad. He said what his poor dad kept saying was, I can't afford it. Thanks for joining. I am Nessie. Thanks for the thumbs up, sir. Esli, thanks for joining. So he says that one thing his poor dad kept saying was, I can't afford this, I can't afford that. I can't afford this, I can't afford that. Thanks for joining, Ralph Popo. Now, you see, one thing I want us to take away today is stop saying you can't afford something. And that's what I took from the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad. Stop saying you can't afford something. Because Robert Kiyosaki says that the moment you tell yourself you can't afford, you lock your mind. You lock up your mind. So he said that when he goes to his rich dad is always thinking about, how can I afford? How can I afford? How can I afford this? How can I afford that? So don't say, I can't afford a big mansion. Today you might not be able to afford it, but tell yourself, how can I afford? And he says that when you ask yourself that question, how can I afford? When you say you can't afford, it's full stop. But when you say, how can I afford? It's a question. And then you trigger your mind to think about how to be able to afford that. So he said that ask yourself, how can I afford this? How can I afford this? Not, I can't afford, I can't afford. The second thing he says that is, when he goes to his rich dad, his poor dad says that the love of money is the root of all evil. The rich dad says the love of money is the root of all evil. When he goes to his rich dad says that what? The lack of money is the root of all evil. So for armed robbers, because they lack money, that's why they are armed robbers, right? Is that the idea? Yes. So he says that there were two different statements that his poor dad was always saying. His poor dad was always saying that money do not grow on trees. His poor dad was always saying that money do not grow on trees. His poor dad was also saying that we are not made of money, we are not made of money. And he says all these statements, when you make them, money doesn't come to you. Why sayings? Thanks, Jesse Jones. So we do this every week. Friday 8 p.m. we do a review of the book we are going to review today. That's Saturday 10 a.m. So 10 a.m. we are here. If you missed any session, I put it on my YouTube channel. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel. Next week, the book we are going to review is amazing. I can't wait for that book. It's a negotiation book. And trust me, Robert Kiyosaki talks about the fact that if you want to become a business leader, you have to have very good negotiation skills. You have to have very good negotiation skills. The title of the book is, I think I have it around here. The title of the book is, I hope you guys can read it now. It says, in life, in life, as in business as in life, you don't get what you deserve, you get what you negotiate. So this big book, guys, this big book, I'm going to give you 10 solid ideas. This book talks about how the Japanese negotiate, how the Chinese negotiate, and how that is different from the Americans. How Americans like to negotiate talking a lot because they like talking. The Americans, so that's what Americans do. Chinese, they are very quiet, calm, and possessed. But the man who wrote it is an old man, Chester Carris or something. So he has done a lot of negotiation courses in America, and even in China, in Japan, and all parts of the world. And he has come out with this big book that says that you need to negotiate everything. You need to know how to negotiate anything. He said you don't get what you deserve. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. So every week we'll be here. I believe I've been able to give you more than 10 big ideas from the book. Rich Dad Poor Dad. Perhaps I can give you a last idea and then we go on. A last idea. So the last idea I want to share with you is Robert Kiyosaki says that businessmen, they don't want to lose control. They want to always have control. They want to always have control. He says that when you become an employee, when you're working for someone, you've lost the control. He says that your income is in somebody's hands. It's in the employer's hands. You understand? You already say it's great initiative. You're welcome, bro. So guys, tell your friends, tell a friend. I'm here all the time. If you missed it, it's on my YouTube channel. I posted it on my YouTube channel. I'm sure it's going to be on my IGTV as well. If you missed it, you can watch it. You can comment. I mean, feedback is always welcome. Miss, okay, I can't pronounce that word, but you're welcome to my channel. So last idea, I said, well, big businessmen and rich men always want to gain control. They want to have control. So he says that you and I will have to have control over these things. One, he says control on your income. Guys, control your income source. So from the cash flow quadrant, you can understand that if you want to have control of your income, then you should be thinking about moving from the left hand side to the right hand side, becoming big business owners or a sophisticated investor. You understand? So the next one, it says control what? Your expenses. That's why you talk about delay gratification. Guys, you have to control your expenses. You have to know how much you spend in a week, how much you spend in a month, how much you spend. I mean, you have to know all those things, know those figures, and then be able to save and all that. The next one, it says that control on your asset value. Asset value. Boom. Now, asset is not things you own. So don't say your phone is an asset. If you own an iPhone 7 or iPhone 11 Pro Max, and then all you use it to do is make calls and browse and Instagram and all that, trust me, it doesn't directly put money into your pocket. That's why at the end of the month, you could go out and say that, my guy, I'm still short of cash. Like, but you own a car, you own a house, you have an iPhone. Those things are liabilities because Robert Kiyosaki says that it's taking money from your pocket. You understand? Anything that takes money from your pocket is a liability. So he differs with the accountants who say that it's something that you owe per se. He said that go deeper to it and see that does this thing that really put money into my pocket. But if you have a car and you turn it into an Uber and you get money every week and every month, that is an asset, guys. That is an asset. But and also if you have a house and then you turn it into what? A real estate where you have tenants and everything, that is what? An asset. So he says that a lot of people are broke because, hello, thanks for joining my life. We are reviewing the book, Rich Dad Poor Dad, and also the Cash Flow Quadrant. We are almost at the end because people said I should try and do it 1 hour. That was the feedback I got. So you guys can also give me feedback about what you think. Everything is welcome. But I'll be doing this every Friday, 8 p.m. and Saturday 10 a.m. So I said my next book is this, a negotiation book. You need to have negotiation skills, guys. Okay, so stop calling asset liability and liability asset. Simply ask yourself, does it put money into my pocket? If it puts money into my pocket, directly or not indirectly, directly is an asset. Does it take money out of my pocket? Do I have to pay money? Does it take money out of my pocket? That is what? A liability. Simple definition. Now, control what? Your liability. It says that big rich men think about how to control their liability. In fact, I want to share this thing. So reading the Rich Dad Poor Dad book, I told my brother that I don't understand this thing. I see, and I'm sure you guys share this idea with me or this view with me. I see a lot of rich people buying new cars, buying new houses, and then they tell me that they control their liabilities. Not they actually spend so much. What my brother told me was that, you see, what you don't understand is that rich people, they they buy these things out of their what? Their profits from investments. An example is what I gave you, that Robert Kiyosaki wanted to buy a Porsche. He didn't go ahead and take the money and bought a Porsche. No, he used that money to buy a real estate and had tenants in, and the tenants paid the money, the $50,000 over a 5-year period, and he used that money to buy the Porsche. Guess what he has done? He has been able to multiply his money, and this real estate will be there for a very long time, and he's still driving his Porsche. But you and I would have what? Taking that money, gone to buy a Porsche, and all we would have had at the end of the day was what? The Porsche. So trust me, you could see rich people living their life. I'm not saying all of them. Some of them might not know this principle, but some of them do know this principle, and that's what they use. So you see him buying the next Bentley or the next Maybach or something, you'll be like, wow, this guy is rich. Trust me, he's using principles that you are not aware of, and these principles are in these books, and that's why I want to be able to bring out these books, guys. So ideas from these books. It says that control your financial education and management. It says that you need to educate yourself financially. Guys, this is very important. If you joined earlier, I was talking about the fact that in school, one thing you don't teach us is financial literacy. We are not being taught financial literacy. So all they teach us is the 3 R's. It says the reading, writing, and arithmetic. And then they don't teach us financial education. So you and I have to consciously educate ourselves financially by reading these books, by going to seminars, conferences, and understanding this thing. You see, identify your niche. Where are you very good at? And develop it, and monetize it. And trust me, you'll be there. Last one is that he said they control their insurance. So we have 5 minutes to 11. I believe I've given you more than 15 ideas from this book. And that's all good. That's all good. Another thing he talks about is, he says, but this is quite deep. He says that he does less of savings and more of cash flow. I want to repeat myself. He does less of savings and more of cash flow. Do you understand that? Cash flow, he says that cash flow is so important. Now, those with accounting background, you know that revenue is what? Vanity. Revenue is vanity. Revenue just means sales. So if a business says he sold 1 million Ghana cedis worth of goods, it's vanity. It's good, but it's vanity. Why is it vanity? Because revenue doesn't even mean cash revenue. It could be credit sales. You know, we have credit sales and we have cash sales. So it says revenue is vanity. It's a saying that go like, revenue is vanity. Profit is what? Profit is sanity. So you can write it down. Revenue is vanity. Profit is sanity. Profit. Oh, you made profit. That's good. But profit, you know, in profit, how profit is being captured, it doesn't have to be cash based. So it could be that half of your profits are even credit. You don't even pay the money yet. But as you know, profit is not cash. So profit is not cash. So profit is what? Is sanity. It makes sense. Oh, you made profit. Kudos, you done well. But cash flow, that's why in every accounting financial statement, we have the cash flow statement, which is one of the most important statements, because we want to know how much cash, because cash is the oxygen of the business. Cash is the oxygen of the business, not profit. Cash is the oxygen of the business. Because if you could invest money into infrastructures and buildings and stuff like that, and the business suffers cash, because business have what we call operating expenses. That is money that you need to be spending for the business to be running. If you don't have money, trust me, you're cash strapped, and that's why we say you're not liquid, or you're insolvent, and the business will have to collapse. The banks that collapsed, I'm sure a lot of you saw big structures and big infrastructures, but they collapsed. If you don't have cash running, trust me, you are dead. So cash is the oxygen. If you don't have oxygen as a human being, you're dead. So Robert Kiyosaki says that we should focus on cash flow than savings. I want to give an example. Let's compare you and I. Anybody, all of you watching me. So I have 10 houses. I have 10 houses I'm renting out, right? 10 houses I'm renting out. And then let's say I just want to give you a rough figure. They bring me 10,000 Ghana cedis every month as cash. Not every month. Every month as cash flow from my tenants, right? And you have a lot of money. Let's say you only have 100,000 in savings. Trust me. But you are working a 9-to-5 job. Which of us is financially free? Now, with your savings, if you never turn that savings into an investment, trust me, you have savings, but the money will just go away. For me, I don't even have to work any day in my life. So I can go and pursue my dreams. If it's hiking, if it's flying, if it's skydiving, anything that I feel is my passion, I could go and pursue it. You will still be gainfully employed. That's what Robert Kiyosaki said. He said that he lives off his investments. So he doesn't believe in saving. Save your money is good because it's a first step. You save your money and then you drive them into businesses. But he says that he believes in cash flows. So he believes in having a business where he channels that business and then have periodic cash flows coming in. So it's just like having a job, but it's called a business where money comes in and you don't have to be there. It's one of the wonderful mindsets you can ever think about. Guys, we have 2 minutes to 11. I believe I've shared with you so much nuggets from the book Rich Dad Poor Dad. I mean, it changed my life. It was voted the best personal finance book of the 21st century. The best. So I'm not the only one championing this book. This book has been voted the best. Guys, if you've enjoyed the session, you can give me thumbs up. You can say something, anything. You can write, comment, anything. Investment is the way forward. Thank you. So guys, we have come to the end of today's book review, Rich Dad Poor Dad and the Cashflow Quadrant. I hope I've been a blessing to you guys. I hope I've given you very big ideas in this book for you to apply to your lives and all that. Tomorrow we reveal another big book. It's very, very big, voluminous, very, very book. It's in business as in life. You don't get what you deserve. You get what you negotiate. So I read this book and I enjoyed so much the negotiation skills and strategies that are taught in this book. So that you see that everything is not about money. So I am very conscious to not only do about money, but to do a soft copy of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Jay, you can get it online. You can just Google PDF of Rich Dad Poor Dad. Trust me, you're going to get so much things. Thank you guys. Thank you for the kind words. So this big book, we are going to learn strategies. I mean, I want to go into it right now, but I'll save it for tomorrow. I'll save it for next week. So next week, Friday 8 p.m. I do a review of this book, and then Saturday we do the big lessons. Okay. So guys, thank you very much for joining my life. I believe that from today, you will not say that, I can't afford this big living life. Don't tell yourself you can't afford. Ask yourself, how can I afford? And when you do that, you open your mind to think. And when your mind thinks, my guy, you are there. Thanks, man. God bless you. Finding time to research books has been a problem. Grateful for summarizing for us. Trust me, that's why I'm here. That's my job. What I do is read these big books and then share it with you guys. That's what it is. Yeah. So we'll be taking books from leadership, books from business, books from investing, books from well living, books from all those topics. The next book after this I want to review is The Power of Habit, because to become successful you have to possess a certain habit, and on and on. We have a lot of books we want to review. Super. Thanks. So guys, any reading tips for lazy folks like me? Why am my guys saying they are lazy folks? Okay, reading tips. Okay. You see, I believe one easy thing to identify is what your passion is. If your passion is in a particular subject, it's easy for you to read the book in that subject. That's what I've found. Because even though I might like reading, if I don't like the subject, I might read, but the passion will not be there. So one tip is, look at yourself. What do you like? What do you want to know more about? You see that naturally you want to read that book, or you want to learn that book. You understand? And that's why I want to tackle habits. So Jay, thanks for the question. That's why I want to tackle habits. Trust me, when you learn about the power of habits, I want to just give one free giveaway. Do you know that you can learn and unlearn a particular habit in 30 days? You can learn and unlearn a particular habit in 30 days. And it was a psychologist who did this experiment with smokers. So he allowed them to stop smoking for a month. I mean, constantly for a month. And then they unlearn that habit. So if you want to learn how to read, just try to do it constantly for a month. So I'll save that for another day. We'll do the power of habits maybe the next 2 weeks. Next week we are going to do a book on negotiation skills, polish your negotiation skills. It's not always about money, guys. It's not always about money. Sometimes you need to know how to negotiate. And then you even find out that good negotiators don't even think about money. They think about something higher than money, something bigger than money. And they come up strong. So thank you for joining my live, guys. So grateful. Let the feedback come. I'll post it on my YouTube channel in case somebody missed it and you want the person to go and watch it, to be on my YouTube channel. Guys, subscribe. I'll post more things there, and then we'll all learn together. So enjoy the rest of your day, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day, and thanks for joining. Goodbye, guys. Goodbye.